It's a deal worth up to $30 million a year. And as we mentioned in the first hour, Greeny, the Baltimore Ravens initially were talking to Trey Hendrickson about playing with Max Crosby. So they were talking to him all along. Now Max Crosby gets taken out of the equation, and Trey Hendrickson reaches an agreement on a 4-year deal with the Ravens that will keep him in Baltimore, and he will now stay in the AFC North. He had been looking for guaranteed money. He had been looking for stability. He had been looking for a long-term deal. Baltimore gives him those particular long-term deals, and that's a situation where he felt like this was his spot. By the way, he's calling right now, so we could talk to him. Hold on one second. Talk to those guys. Yes, sir, we're on Get Up right now.
Only Adam Schefter. Hold on, Trey Hendrickson on the phone with me right now. But he taught us a lot there and what we learned. Obviously, the Ravens were prioritizing something, and now they end up not with Max Crosby, but with Trey Hendrickson. Your reaction to this, Stephen A.?
Well, the Ravens win the day because when you miss out on Max Crosby, the fact is everybody's looking at it and saying, what the hell is going on? You knew he was coming off an injury. You knew what a stud he was. You wanted him on your squad, and then the deal was supposedly agreed upon, and then all of a sudden you renege because you're claiming a physical, and then you end up with Trey Hendrickson. In the end, the Ravens win no matter which way you slice it because Trey Hendrickson can ball. We all know that. We know that coming into this past season, he was a sack leader with over 35 sacks over the previous 2 years.
This whole situation.
Yeah, so in relation to that, I do think it's just that one of those, what changed? What changed? Because in the initial trade, you know that the surgery happened. You had to know, talking to the people representing Max Crosby or the Raiders, that he had just recently got off the crutches. So what did you expect the physical was going to look like? I'm not a doctor, but like what changed in that time period? Mad Dog's 100% right. The Raiders are completely screwed here. They are the team that is getting the complete short end of the stick. And everyone's going, well, they can afford Max this year. It's not just this year that is really in play for the Raiders. The Raiders, as of yesterday morning, in this free agency process, were going about the thought process, or with the thought process, that they have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. 4. That completely changes the way that you operate the now and the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Ravens absolutely positively 1,000% screwed over the Las Vegas Raiders, and everyone knows it. Everyone's trying to hide behind the medical, and I'm going to be making a separate Las Vegas Raiders video. The whole medical thing is absolute nonsense. It was a meniscus surgery. Okay, it was a meniscus surgery. He is going to be 100% full strength by September. I've had meniscus surgery 3 times. I know the surgery very well. There's no career-ending meniscus certain, like nothing like that. He is fine. Okay. I can assure you that. So it's just that everyone trying to hide behind like, well, they found something with his because of medical concerns. It's nonsense. They didn't want to give up the draft picks, and then they wanted to go out and sign Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson. It's that simple. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not like, oh, you got to think too hard, tinfoil hat. It is the most elementary basic. This is exactly what happened. And this is what the Baltimore Ravens did. And there's going to be some serious consequences down the road. Manini talked about this. Manini talked about how when you're in the draft room and when you're trying to make a trade with another team, right? Let's say you have the 15th pick and you want to trade to someone who has the 13th pick, and you'll talk to them and you'll say, hey, we want to trade right now. We're looking to move up. And they'll say, okay, are you looking to draft, a wide receiver? You looking to draft a wide receiver? Are you looking to draft a defensive end? And if you say, listen, we're going to be drafting a defensive end, and then now you go draft wide receiver. This is Man Gene talking about this. There's serious fallout. Rep you like you can't do that, you can't do that sort of thing, you just can't. And we're in a situation where that's essentially what the Baltimore Ravens have done here. At the end of the day, teams are still going to want to make decisions and moves that is most important to them individually. So, if the Ravens have something that another team wants, or it's very like they will still do business, but I'm telling you, it's going to get a lot harder down No one's going to be fooled by the whole medical thing. No one who actually knows anything about anything. No other team is going to be like, oh, yeah, well, the Ravens, they just had a medical, they just realized. No, people aren't dumb. You can try to lie to fans. You can lie to a bunch of strangers on the internet and on TV. You can cook those books all you want. But that is not the situation that happened here with Max Crosby. It is not the situation. There's he had meniscus surgery, like the most routine straightforward surgery out there. There's zero concerns that he will not be full strength. There's zero concerns that his knee is now compromised and will never be the same. Zero concerns about that. Zero. So yeah, what the Baltimore Ravens did to the Las Vegas Raiders went 100% through them. And listen, Ravens fans are going to try to be like, oh, no, this, that, and the third. This is what happened is just insane. There is no way around it. And yeah, the Ravens end up even in a better situation. They keep their draft picks. They sign Hendrickson, they're good. So, in the short term, absolutely. This is a better situation for the Baltimore Ravens. No question about it. No question about it. Snorts, and so, this helps them in the long term and the short term in terms of like the roster itself and the ability to win. But I'm telling you right now, I strongly believe there is a reputational cost for what the Baltimore Ravens did. And that will matter. That will matter in terms of conducting business moving forward with other trades, other situations like that. Even potentially other players as well, their willingness to sign, snorts, especially once they, realize what happened. Max Crosby is beloved in the NFL. He is beloved. So, this is a bizarre situation. This is a bizarre situation. I mean, I'll leave it at that. I'll be doing other clips on this. I'm going to be busy over these next few hours, unfortunately. So I'll have to do a little catch up with the herd. I should be totally on time for like first things first and whatnot. So, I'm interested to see what they say. But, we'll be covering this story a lot. I want to hear what everyone else has to say, but I'll get my thoughts out as early as I can. But, yeah, man. It's just wrong. It's honestly what it is. It's just wrong. And I'm not going to hide away from that. I'm not going to hide behind the medical issues. I'm not a doctor. Blah blah. Guys, this is meniscus surgery. That's why it was so bizarre with J.J. McCarthy having injuries and when he had his meniscus surgery and they were like, oh, well, they're afraid that he's not going to recover and he's having and I'm like, guys, this is menisc, this is not normal. Something else is clearly. They're like, oh, he needed to have another procedure. And the Vikings fans were freaking out and they were like, he didn't have another procedure. And it's just like, what? Like what do you like there's already too much noise here. Like what's actually the story over here? Meniscus surgeries are so straightforward and so routine. So straightforward and so routine. This isn't an MCL/ACL. Like it's a meniscus repair. Very incredibly straightforward. So, Ravens backed out of trade for Max Crosby because of medical concerns during physical. No, those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Baltimore Ravens backing out of the trade? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get into some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.